one more person tells a struggling leader they just need clarity without explaining what it actually means, I might lose my mind. Because that sounds like helpful advice and it feels insightful, but it's actually just noise with a confident tone. And you see it everywhere. And I realized even truth moment that I started saying it as well without even defining it. So you see it in LinkedIn posts, you see it in leadership books, you see it in Vice threads. A leader says they're overwhelmed. Someone says, you just need clarity. Okay, clarity about what? How do you get it? What does it look like when you have it? Nobody explained this. So today we're going to fix that. Welcome back to A Leader's Purpose. I'm Tammy Imlay, an executive coach and international speaker and leadership and identity strategist. And we're talking about something that sits underneath almost every leadership problem I see. Under communication problems, under team performance problems, and most of the time, these are not the real problems. They're clarity problems in disguise. So before we go any further, I want you to think about this. Have you ever noticed how some leaders make one decision and their teams run with it for months? And then others have to revisit the same decision every week. And the difference usually isn't intelligence. It's not even team engagement or team capability. It's clarity. So I want to tell you a story. So a leader I worked with recently, she had come to me because she was convinced that she needed more work-life balance. Her weeks were long. Her calendar was packed. She was exhausted. Her team was talented. It was capable and very experienced. But they kept coming back to her, not with emergencies, with questions. What do you think? Just want to make sure we're aligned. Can you take a quick look at this? Hey, can you just see the progress? But what they actually needed was direction they could trust. Direction stable enough that they could make the decisions without checking hers first. And that wasn't a work-life balance problem. That was a clarity problem. So let's talk about what clarity, not declarity, that's not even a word, what clarity is. Most leaders think clarity means knowing the right answer. It means seeing the end before you start. It means, what else have I seen? Clarity means, having the right answers, knowing all the things, seeing the goals and how to get there. It doesn't mean any of this. Clarity means understanding what is driving your decisions. Because when leaders understand what they're protecting, their decisions stabilize. And when decisions stabilize, teams move faster. Clarity isn't a strategy problem, it's an identity problem. And I say this knowing that so many times leaders don't have all the answers. We don't exactly know what the outcome is going to look like. We have goals that we created, but even without a full picture of what's coming. But the thing is if we link our clarity to the future, we're not able to ever be stabilized because we'll never know what's about to happen. I like to talk about clarity as like a compass. So imagine trying to navigate a long journey without one. You still might move forward, but every obstacle, every opinion, every new piece of information changes your direction. That's how leadership feels without a decision anchor. The compass doesn't tell you every obstacle ahead. It doesn't give you the entire map. It tells you where north is. And once north is stable, every decision gets easier. Clarity is not the full map. Clarity is the compass that helps you navigate the map. So another way, when leaders have clarity, something powerful happens. It creates a chain reaction. So with clarity, which people aren't wrong when they say, just get clarity, because clarity makes anchor decisions. Decision stability, faster execution, organizational momentum, which we all love those. But when clarity is missing, the chain reverses. Unclear motivations, unstable decisions, hesitant teams, and execution drag. And many leaders blame the team when this instability actually started with them. So sometimes when I work with leaders, we discover what they're protecting is something like their reputation, control, harmony, being liked, being right. And those things quietly drive decisions without the leader realizing it. But once they become visible, their decisions stabilize. Once you bring things to light, they don't have the power over you. And so many times, these things that we've been taught to protect or we're like ingrained to protect is survival. But as a capable leader, you don't have to protect it because it's just there. So when these decisions, once clarity becomes visible, their decisions stabilize and suddenly the team can move faster. Not because the team changed, but because the direction stopped shifting. I almost said that wrong. So here's the leadership noticing for today. Here's what I want you to start being aware of, because the power of acknowledging, the power of just starting to see and to notice can start to shift things for you. Many leaders think clarity means knowing the right answer, but it doesn't. Clarity means understanding what is driving your decisions, your reactions, and your motivations. When leaders understand what they're protecting, their decisions become consistent and teams move faster and leadership gets a lot lighter. So instead of circling, and with something definitive, like if your team keeps coming back to you for direction, if execution feels slower than it should, if you feel like every decision still runs through your desk, that might not be your team. That might be something that might not be your strategy. That might be your compass hasn't been set yet. And once it is, leadership gets a lot lighter. So thank you so much for listening to A Leader's Purpose. And if you want to find out what clarity is for you, what is driving your decisions and your reactions, if you want to identify exactly what you're protecting so you don't have to work so hard to protect it, let's get on a call, tammymariecoaching.com/call. All right, have a good day. Choose joy until joy chooses you. See you there.